अस्सलामुअलैकुम एंड वेलकम बैक टू सैनेबल व्लॉग्स। अगर आपने अभी तक मेरे चैनल को लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो प्लीज़ डू लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब, ताकि मैं आपके लिए बहुत अच्छे अच्छे से कंटेंट्स चाइना में रहकर बना सकूं। चलें तो शुरू करते हैं आज का व्लॉग। जी आज 22 अगस्त है और चाइना में वैलेंटाइन डे है। तो चाइनीज़ में वैलेंटाइन डे को qixi फेस्टिवल कहते हैं। तो चलें देखते हैं इसकी स्टोरी क्या है।
Qixi Festival. The Qixi Festival, also known as the Qiqia Festival, is a festival celebrating the annual meeting of Niulang and Jinu in Chinese mythology. The festival is celebrated on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month. Qixi Festival is often described as the traditional Chinese Valentine's Day. It is derived from a fairy tale, which is a love story between Niulang and Jinu. Niulang was often abused by his sister-in-law. She eventually kicked him out of the house and gave him nothing but an old cow. One day, the old cow suddenly spoke out, telling Niulang that there would be fairies bathing in the spring nearby that night. The fairy would stay there if she failed to go back to heaven before dawn. In accordance with what the old cow said, Niulang saw those beautiful fairies in the spring, and fell in love with one of the beautiful fairies who was the heavenly weaver. In order to make her stay, he took her clothes that helped her to go back to heaven. This made her an ordinary earth woman without any power. Then they got married and had a son and a daughter. The Emperor of Heaven found out about this and was angry, so he sent minions to take the heavenly weaver back to heaven. Niulang was heartbroken and chased them to heaven. However, the Queen Mother of the West drew a silver river, the Milky Way, in the sky and blocked his way. Meanwhile, the love between Niulang and the weaver moved the magpies, so they built a bridge of magpies over the silver river for them to meet. The Emperor of Heaven was also moved by the sight, and allowed this couple to meet on the Magpie Bridge once a year on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month. That was the origin of the Qixi Festival. Traditions. On this day, girls go to the local temple to pray to Jinu for wisdom. They usually prepare tea, wine, fruits, flowers, various nuts, and face powder as offerings. In the evening, young women sit around the table, displaying their needlework, gazing at Vega, and praying for a good husband and a happy life. Then they play games or read poems until midnight. Traditionally, there were contests amongst girls such as needle threading under the moonlight. Young women also carved exotic flowers, animals, and unusual birds, usually on a melon skin. Children would pick bunches of wildflowers and hang them on the horns of a cow. This is done in honor of the legendary cow and commemorate the spirit of its self-sacrifice. The eating customs of Qixi Festival vary from place to place, and are called eating chow food. The most famous traditional food people eat on Qixi Festival is chaogua, which has a history of more than 1,000 years since it became popular during the Song dynasty. The main ingredients are flour, oil, and honey, sometimes adding sesame, peanuts, roses, and other different ingredients. After mixing those ingredients, people then deep fry them. Beyond that, people would eat crunchy candy, refreshments, and fruits together, expressing people's pursuit of ingenuity and happy life wishes. At present, more and more Chinese people celebrate this day as the Chinese Valentine's Day. Youngsters celebrate it in a very similar way as that in Western countries. They send flowers, chocolate, or other gifts to their lovers. Okay, that's all about the Qixi festival.